Welcome to NAP, the top story tonight is a genetic disease known as Marfan syndrome. We go deeper into the story as Nicole Hall interviews Dr. Alex Sanchez.
Can you describe to us what the Marfan syndrome is?
Marfan syndrome is a genetic disease that creates an excess of connective tissue in the body.
What is the cause of Marfan syndrome?
Because Marfan syndrome is a genetic disease that is caused by a mutation in a gene, the gene that is supposed to have the protein fibrillin-1 actually overproduces the protein transforming growth factor beta, also called TGFB. So, as you can see here, a normal person has the same amount of fibrillin-1 as they have of TGFB, but a person with Marfan syndrome has an overproduction of TGFB and very little of fibrillin-1.
On a cellular level, how does Marfan syndrome affect the growth of connective tissue?
The overproduction of TGFB causes the cells in the body to produce too much connective tissue.
What are some of the physical symptoms of Marfan syndrome?
That's a good question. People with Marfan syndrome often have long legs, long arms, or long flexible fingers, but they may also suffer from aneurysms, asthma, or sudden lung collapse. Here at Star Labs, we take pride in researching the newest technology for cures for Marfan syndrome. If you get diagnosed early enough with Marfan syndrome, you can live a long and healthy life by either getting surgery, taking medications for high blood pressure, or taking medications that reduce the amount of TGFB that is produced in the body, which then reduces the amount of connective tissue that the body makes.
Tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Macro Velisi. I'm 15 years old, freshman at LHS.
When did you find out you had Marfan syndrome?
I was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome in the 5th grade.
What did you do before you had Marfan syndrome?
Before I knew I had Marfan syndrome, I was a very active kid, played a lot of sports, always was outside like 24/7. I cannot do a lot of the sports that I used to do.
What symptoms have you experienced with Marfan syndrome?
One of the symptoms is pectus excavatum, where your ribs don't grow and meet here. They actually meet, they grow and arc down like that. So I had a big dent in my chest.
How do you feel about having this genetic disease?
The doctor actually told me that this was the most severe case of it they've ever seen. So it was definitely nerve-wracking. But luckily I have a pretty healthy body for my disease and everything. And the recovery went faster than expected, even though it was about 5 months until I could actually really start doing anything. So that was pretty tough. And yeah, that was just a big impact on my life.
How have you overcome Marfan syndrome?
So many sports were taken away from me when I was diagnosed with the disease. There were a few that they were able to slide. The doctors didn't mind it. They'd rather me not play them, but I've grown pretty attached to them. Skiing was definitely on the line, and I couldn't give that up. I'd rather get sick than stop skiing, so the doctors just let it be. So they don't really know how competitive at skiing I am and how crazy some of the stuff that happens is, but I have sent them videos and they've definitely cringed a little from it because, well, most people with Marfan syndrome wouldn't do something as crazy as that.
1 in 5,000 people suffer from Marfan syndrome, just like Matt. People are coming together from around the world to research and support people who have this disease. Every day, more and more people are being diagnosed with Marfan syndrome. People have raised support for Marfan by creating the website marfan.org.
What are some of the physical symptoms of Marfan syndrome? What are some of the physical symptoms of Marfan syndrome?
Marfan syndrome.
On a cellular level, how does Marfan syndrome affect the growth of connective tissue? I can't
little bit
see,
more.
it's covering by his face. I can see.
Okay, go up.
Okay.
Can you like sit next? I guess you just sit next to me. Yeah, cause I'm not in sync. Really? You're gonna get in our video? Oh, I'm still recording.
Can you describe to us what the Marfan syndrome is? Can you describe to us what the Marfan syndrome is?
Syndrome.
Can you describe to us what the Marfan syndrome is? Oh my god, I said Sandra.
That's a good question. People with Marfan syndrome often